Hey guys, MD Prepper, another gear review. This time on the Glock survival knife, or the Model 81 as they call it. There are two style Glock knives out there. One's called the field knife, this one's the survival. Field knife, I don't have one of those, but from what I can tell, the only difference in general is that the field knife does not have the saw back blade here that we're going to talk about here in a second. But anyway, enough of that. Decent little blade, probably not my first choice for survival out there. I could probably think of a few things better, but hey, it had Glock on it. I own Glocks, what can I say? Had to pick it up, about 24 bucks. Got this thing from CDNN Investments. Long time back I got this one. I got a secondary one last time I ordered from them just to have one that was clean and in pristine shape. This is the one I've used a bit. I'll show you that here in a second. But, little known fact, Glock did not start off as a firearms manufacturer. Glock, Gaston Glock, was not a firearms guy. He made all sorts of plastics and various type things, including survival field knives for the Austrian Army. So, I believe the Glock knife, or various previous styles of the Glock knife, came from the Austrian Army style designs that the Austrian Army carried, made by Glock. So, again, Glock, heavy duty, made to last, so the knives aren't much different. Functional, etc. Glocks aren't the prettiest. Are they the absolute most functional, finest gun in the world? No, they're not. But do they do the job? Yes, they do. Knives are similar. So, pick this up for about 24 bucks. Like I said, it is 7.13 ounces. They come in various colors of the grips and all, and the plastic. This is obviously black. They come in olive and sand. I went for black because, well, my Glocks are black, so matching. They're HRC 55 steel, which is a spring steel. They are phosphate treated for resistance to corrosion, that sort of thing. Let me show you this up close. Gee, this looks an awful lot like a bayonet. Yeah, because that's what it's designed around. So, not the perfect survival field knife tool, but you can use this like a bayonet just fine. These things do come fairly dull, so you're going to have to sharpen them up. You can see here, I've got some markings on the blade, that type of thing, from getting this thing sharper. Still does not have a razor sharp blade on it. Again, it's more of a bayonet style, so I don't know if I'd really want a razor sharp blade on this. This thing is not going to be for finer work, that sort of thing. It's going to be general camp chores and all of that. Decent grips on it, same kind of plastic polymer that Glocks are made out of. The lanyard hole here does not go all the way through unless you pull the little butt cap there off. I haven't done that, don't see the need. Decent grip though, full-sized, reasonable. Stats on it, the blade, 6.5 inches. Overall, it's 11 1/4. Sorry, not 11 1/4, 11.4 inches. So, decent sized. For defensive purposes, you're going to need to thrust with this thing, obviously. This is doesn't have a whole lot of belly on it. It's not going to be a good slasher. You could, but anyway. Again, comes dull, you're going to sharpen it up. Back side of this has an incredibly aggressive, you can see it there, saw blade on it, which is angled. Hopefully you can see that there. So it's only going to saw in one direction, which is going to be away from you if you're sawing. So you're going to get into the wood here, and you're going to be able to pull back quickly, get into the wood again. I don't think that's a bad design. You say, could you baton with this? Yeah, you probably could, but if I baton with it, I'd worry about beating down the edges of the saw blade. So, don't know if I'd do that. Again, with a saw blade on the back side, if I was going to collect wood with this, other just basic stuff I could chop off, I'm probably going to saw through things. Use the back side. Why dull up your blade? Again, not the sharpest blade in the world anyway. Got a little metal guard here. Back side, it's a little angle there. That's going to be good for popping open a beer or something like that, bottle cap. So, you just pop it open like so. A little false edge on the back side. Could be sharpened up for skinning, that type thing, but this blade's a little too long for that in my opinion. Not a bad blade, perfectly functional. Probably not the first one I'd pick, but if you want some cool tactical looking knife to go with your Glock, it's going to do just fine. There's plenty of other videos out there on the web other than mine. Mine's by no means the finest, but I just thought I'd do a video on it, just give my thoughts. Again, 25 bucks, it's not bad. Sheath on it, plastic. Interesting little belt clip on it there. It locks in right there once you get it on. You can slide it on and off, etc. back and forth to unlock it. You see that right there, and then once you get it where you want it to be, you lock it in place. It's not going anywhere, okay? That is a very reasonable belt security option there. Now, this thing secures in with this little snap here, which a lot of people complain about. But what I say, you need to practice with it. You need to work this thing in, loosen it up. So you can't open this thing one-handed. Yeah, you can. Get used to it. You come down here, pop it up. There you go. You can do that with your other hand, which I'm not going to show here just because I really don't have the camera angle. But you can reach across your side or down on your hip, pop that thing open, slide the knife out. So, very secure, very thin overall. Does have a little drainage hole here in the bottom. You probably can't see the drainage hole, but trust me, it's there. You can probably, there you go. And you got a little loop here on the back side for a little bit of lanyard to attach it to your thigh more securely, that sort of thing. Not a bad knife overall. Had to beat it up a little bit here to get this thing sharp enough to function. But I've got another one. I liked it enough I bought one. Keep this one pristine shape, not sharpened, etc. Pretty darn dull. Again, it's a little sharper than your standard bayonet, but not by much. So, if you really want to use this thing, other than basic digging and prying and stuff like that for a bayonet use, you're going to have to sharpen it up. It sharpens up okay, but there's better things out there. Again, 24, 25 bucks. It's not bad, especially if you've already got a Glock, just to have one. Again, you can attach this to a shaft, make a decent spear out of it. Again, like I said, only for thrusting, really for defensive purposes. Yeah, you can slash with it, but not with the straight of a angle on the blade. So, anyway, not a bad choice for 24, 25 bucks. Nice to have as a complement to your $500 Glock. So, the extra 25 bucks isn't going to kill you. This thing's going to last. It's going to last a long time. It's not going to do all the job of your survival knives. It's called a survival knife. It can be used as that, but you're not going to be able to do finer work with this thing, in my opinion, though other people may disagree. I just think the blade's a little too long and it's not quite sharp enough for finer work, that type of thing. Not bad, though. I like it. Decent little Glock, tactical looking blade. Don't have the field knife, don't think I want one. Same price on them. I want that sawback edge. I think that's a lot more functional than one without it. Anyway, MD Prepper out on the Glock Model 81 survival knife, this time in black. MD Prepper out.